I then open the cervix with a series of dowels, thin plastic or metal rods, the caliber of which increases in increments until the opening is as big as I need it to be, a measurement that correlates directly to the gestational age of the fetus. At 8 weeks, the cervix needs to be open 8 millimeters. At 16 weeks, it needs to be open 16 millimeters. Then I insert a straw, called a cannula, through the opening and attach that to a suction tube, which leads to a canister by my feet. I flip a switch on the canister body, which turns on the vacuum, and with a circular motion, I sweep the walls of the uterus with the tube. Within the space of a couple of minutes, the products of conception are sucked through the tube and into the canister. When I withdraw the cannula, the cervical opening closes somewhat, and the uterus immediately begins to contract down to its normal size, a process the patient perceives as cramps, which can be as intense as those that accompany menses, and last about 4 to 5 minutes. While the patient heads to recovery for crackers and juice and to rest a while before she meets her ride home, I take the products of conception back to the lab. In some clinics, a lab tech will do this work. I place the small mass of tissue and blood into a fine mesh strainer that looks like something you'd find in an industrial kitchen, and I run the whole thing for a minute under running water. Then I transfer the
turn to Jesus, guys,
into a square plexiglass dish, which I place on top of the light box. And there I inspect what has just come out of the woman's body. What I'm looking for is the fetal sac, which at a later gestational age becomes the placenta. And after 9 weeks, every one of the fetal parts, head, body, limbs, like a puzzle that has to be put back together. The fetal tissue has a fluffy, delicate aspect to it, whereas endometrial tissue, uterine lining, is clumpy, more opaque and spongy. I make sure I find every part and I place them together, recreating the fetus in the pan. I have done this so many times that it has become routine. No matter what these parts may look like, this is organic matter that does not add up to anything that can live on its own. This phase of the process is as crucial as any other because it assures me that I've done my job completely and well.